Alrighty, so I haven't done one of these makeup tutorials in a while, so we're just gonna jump into it. I'm using the ColourPop brow collection. I will use the precisely what is it, precision brow, and the pomade that's in the kit. Then after that, I jumped into the NYX contour conceal palette in the shades deep, and pretty much I'm using that to conceal. Alright, so I'm going to take ColourPop's concealer in the shade Risk 75, and I'm going to put that on the top of my brow to conceal the top of my brow. Okay, for an eyeshadow primer or eyeshadow base, I went back into that NYX palette, and I used the lightest color as a base, and now I'm going into the crayon case Watch Me Blush palette, and I'm going to use the shade Cobbler as a transition shade. Now I'm going into the Morphe 350 palette. As you can see by the packaging, I had this for a while. This is their old packaging. And I'm going to use that orange shade over the shade Cobbler because I wanted the look to be more orangey. Next, I'm going to go into a red toned brown and a neutral toned brown. And I'm going to mix that together. And I'm going to put that on my outer V and all over my lid. So I took the same brush that I had used the orange shade at first, and I used that brush to buff out the harsh edges, and then I went back into the orange shade and just so that orange shade would come up a little bit more. Then after that, I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara, the side 2. Okay, for eyeliner, I use the e.l.f. eyeliner. I don't know the name of it, and I just put a thin liner just so it can mark where my lashes are supposed to go. Then after that, I went in with the Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer, and then afterwards, I went in with the Maybelline Master Camo Concealer in yellow as a color corrector. Okay, so for foundation, I use Fenty Beauty. I'm in the shade 450. I use the Pro Matte foundation. With this foundation routine, I decided to go a little different. I've watched a lot of Jackie Aina videos, and pretty much she's been using setting spray mixed in with her foundation. And I noticed that pretty much it definitely let the foundation set faster, like it dried faster, so you have to move quick. For concealer, I use ColourPop's concealer in the shade Deep Golden 60. Okay, this is another Jackie Aina technique. She fans down the concealer so it could dry a little bit so you could get more coverage, and I've definitely seen that. Next, I used the It's My Ray Ray Bitch Cosmetics collab, and I contoured with the shade Brownie Bite. For nose contour, I found a neutral brown shade in the 350 palette, and that's what I use. Usually, I don't do nose contour because I personally wear prescription glasses. But just for this look purposes, I wasn't wearing my glasses, so it didn't matter. For blush, I used the ABH blush palette, that orange shade and the brown shade mixed together. Okay, to breathe some life back into my skin, I use MAC Fix Plus. I think I have sprayed a lot, and then also off camera, I had used a beauty blender to stamp it in. And then for highlighter, I used the Bretman x Morphe collab in the shades Vacation and Shady Bitch. Pretty much for this look, I really like how it came out. I didn't use any setting powder, which is crazy, but at the same time, like, I wasn't really going anywhere, so I feel like it would hold up well just for the amount of spray that I used. For lips, I used Brown Liner by Nika K, ColourPop's X Karuchi collab in the shade Butter, and the Fenty Glow Gloss. And that's pretty much the end of the look. So just to wrap it up, I really liked the technique. I think I will be doing it more often or incorporating it into my routine. I hope you guys enjoy this look. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up, and make sure that notification bell is on so you guys can keep up with all my updates. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.